Welcome back, investors. Today we're going to talk about the major milestone being broken, which is going past the 100k within my portfolio mark, and I've done it. So if we do a simple mathematical exercise, but if we add 15,828, now this is a live video so it can fluctuate a little bit, and 84,402, enter, and we've gone past the £100,000 mark. I'm so happy and excited about this, and now we're gonna see the real snowball effect within my portfolio happening. Now I've invested within my ISA 77,497, and within my invest account I've invested 12,519, and I'm up 26% on the invest account, which is 3,307, and I'm up 8.9% on my ISA for £6,895 gain, for a combined total of £90,000 invested. But that does include the dividends I've received from my portfolios. So I've received £7,794 in dividends, which I've added to this figure. So my total invested figure within my ISA is 70,000, more or less, and we can see that here. So these are dividends which came in for the entirety. So I started investing in October 2020, my ISA started in April 2021, and so far I've received £5,074 in dividends from the ISA and £2,720 in dividends within the invest account. So it's taken me just under 4 years, so 3 years 10 months to reach the 100k goal. So I'm gonna go through some of the stocks that got me to the 100k. That includes ABBV, which I'm up 32% on within my ISA. I also own this within my invest account. Also on top of this, £1,173 gain within my ISA. ABBV has paid me £342 in dividends during that time as well. Google, this is gonna be one of my biggest stocks soon, as I keep adding 10% within my pie every single month. So 36 shares within my ISA for a 5.7% gain of £244. Amazon, I own this both within my ISA and my invest account. I'm down on this one for now, 20 shares for a loss of £136. Apple, I only own this within my ISA. I have 15 shares and I'm up 17.5% for a £393 gain. ASML, one of my newer holdings, down on this one just under 10% due to the semiconductor sell-off that happened recently, which this hasn't recovered from yet, but will do, I'm pretty sure of that. BHP Group, down just under 12%. I own 142 shares. Unless I mention it, I only own this within my ISA, and I'm down £405, but BHP has paid me £427 in dividends, so actually up on this one if you account for the total gain, and I think this one will recover as well. BP, down just under 10% for £169 loss, but they are also a dividend payer and they've paid me £119. So down just a little bit, including the dividends for that one. Broadcom, up 22% for £314 gain. Carnival PLC, up 13.9% for a £383 gain. Centrica, one of the first ones where I'm up on both the capital gains and also dividends as well. So 17.5%, £359 gain for the moment, and on top of that they've paid me £93 in dividends as well. Costco, very small dividend payer, up 14.5%. ExxonMobil, one of my bigger and star performers, so up 26% for a £930 gain, and also they've paid me £296 on top of that. IBM, another strong capital gainer and also dividend payer, so up over £1,000. Actually, it's my first holding that I've talked about that I'm up over £1,000 on, so 36% gain, and £348 on top of that. Imperial Brands, another one which is over £1,000 in gains, and one of my star performers, and actually my biggest holding within my ISA. And this is a lot through gains, and also I'm going to show you how much dividends they pay me. So £1,000 profit, paper profit, because I haven't sold yet. Actually, I have trimmed this, so I've taken about £1,000 off this before, and they paid me £1,483 on dividends on top of that. So a really strong performer for me. J&J down 5.3% on this, so £166 loss at the moment, but they also have paid me dividends, so let's see how much. £215 in total, so up on that one if you include dividends. KLA semiconductor company started recently as well, down 4.5%. Elgen, one of the more popular companies and dividend payer, and pays 8.93%. I am down 8.3%, so minus 334, but they have paid me £620 in dividends, so I'm up £300 if you include the dividend payment from this company. Leondell Basel down a minuscule amount, just 1%, so down £47, but again a good strong dividend payer. Leondell has paid me £374, so I'm up on that, so pretty much up on all of them so far. MasterCard, a small dividend payer, pretty much even on that one, up £28. Microsoft, this one will be one of my bigger positions going forward because I'm adding quite aggressively to it, so up 10.89% for £447 gain. Again, a small dividend payer, it's not really denting it too much. If you look at it, Microsoft has paid me so far £7.68, but I guess every little counts. MicroStrategy, this is a holding that I have to take advantage, tax-free advantage of Bitcoin, which I have quite a big portfolio on. I don't really talk about it too much because I think it's quite swingy. I started investing in Bitcoin in 2017, so I'm up quite a lot, so for me it's not really much of a worry. But if I bought now, I would be a bit concerned with the swings, and yeah, it's sometimes hard to stomach. But up minuscule amount, £23, but I think long-term future of Bitcoin is quite strong and solid. Nvidia is the biggest capital gainer within my ISA. I also own this within my invest account. Also on Microsoft, MasterCard. Yeah, I kind of missed out on what else I own within my invest account. So Microsoft, MasterCard, Nvidia as well, and I'm up over £1,300 on this for a 55% capital gains at the moment. A very minuscule pair actually. They paid like, I don't know, 0.01% in dividends, so it's not even worth talking about that. Rio Tinto, another one I'm down on. The mining companies are not doing so well right now, but they will recover as commodity prices go up in future. Down £382, but good dividend payer, so it has paid me £400 in dividends so far. So again, I'm up on that holding. Salesforce, I bought this as a short-term play because the market overreacted to one of their most recent earnings reports, and this one I'm up almost 6% already, and I think once I get, I don't know, 20-25%, I will probably consider selling this, as I don't see it as a part of my long-term holdings. Shell, I'm up 13.29% for a £207 gain, and they've paid me £88 in dividends on top of that. Taylor Wimpey, housing stock, which is doing quite well recently with the interest rates due to be cut and starting to be cut. I'm up £317 for 18.75% gain, and also it's a decent dividend payer, and I've been paid £328 on top of that. Tesla, I own this both within my ISA and my invest account. I think every portfolio should have a risky stock that can pay out big, and Tesla is my one. I'm up £16, so just pretty much break even on this one, but in my invest account I am up a lot. And finally, Visa, which I also own in my invest account, I'm down £130, 3.76%, But again, this one and MasterCard are ones I'm adding to aggressively because I believe in the long term these two companies will do very well for me. Now, so to break that down, these are my top holdings. So my biggest holding is Imperial Brands, that's through growth. I haven't added to this stock for a while, but it keeps growing, 7.4%. And then you got ABBV at 5.65%, Microsoft 5.39%, Google 5.38%. These two I think will soon overtake ABBV because I'm adding 10% to them every month for my purchases. Then you got ExxonMobil 5.33%, IBM 5.3%, Tesla 5.28%, Leondale 5.04%, Nvidia 4.5%, LGen 4.37%, MasterCard 4.09%, Visa 3.97%, Rio Tinto 3.77%, Carnival 3.73%, and the list goes on. So quite a diverse portfolio, I would say. I think it's quite important to have that, so when you do have market cycles, you are kind of protected and your portfolio isn't hurt too much. Of course, you give up on some gains sometimes, but I want that security that if I've got 100k in the market, I want it to be reasonably safe. So overall, I want to talk about how much dividends this portfolio generates currently, the projected dividend income for this portfolio for the rest of the year. So on stock events, it says right now it will be 2,324. I don't know why this yield on cost is incorrect, but I add to stock events just for a vague guideline of what I expect to receive. So I add it sporadically, and maybe that's why, or maybe it's because I've added the wrong ones and it doesn't track it properly. Maybe someone can tell me, but the dividend amounts are correct. So I receive just under £200 per month in dividends, and I'm projected to get 2,324 at the end of the year. The biggest dividend payers are Imperial Brands, LGen, Rio, Leondale Bazon, BHP, and Imperial Brands paying the biggest with 347 and LGen second at 334. So yeah, this is my portfolio. As I said, I'm really happy that I've gone past the 100k mark, and hopefully the snowball effect really takes into action. Follow my journey. I'm going to be showcasing how my portfolio does, for good or for bad, and hopefully this inspires you to maybe start investing, continue investing. Thank you very much for the support. Please subscribe and like the video if you found it interesting or useful. This is not investment advice. Hopefully it's just for showing my own portfolio and how I've gone about it. Everybody's different. Please do your research before you invest, and yeah, see you on the next video.